Welcome and thank you so much for joining me today. So we are going to be looking at the unit circle and in particular looking at choosing supplementary angles. So the first thing I would like you to think about is a unit circle. So when we do talk about a unit circle, we are needing to use quadrants. So that means we are draw up a quadrant. So the first thing I'm going to be thinking about is what does sine 30 degrees looks like. So I'm going to draw my angle. That is 30 degrees. Now if I'm thinking about supplementary, I need to think about what, with my sine 30 degrees, it is hitting the circle, the circumference of the circle at that point. So the supplementary angle to that must be hitting exactly the same spot on the y-axis of the circle. So that means I am going across and I'm drawing my angle here. So that means it's 30 degrees on that side. So if I would like to find the supplementary angle, I'm going to find this angle to this line. So I'm going 180 degrees, take 30 equals 150 degrees. Now I know sine is talking about the y-axis, so sine is y-axis, which means it's positive in this quadrant, quadrant 2. Let's move over to cosine 57 degrees. The first thing I'm going to do is draw my lovely triangle, that is 57 degrees. I'll take that part off. So that is my angle of 57 degrees. Just remember, this part here is where it hits the circumference of the circle. So if I am thinking about supplementary, I would to be hitting exactly the same spot on the circle on the other side, in this next quadrant. So to do that, I am going to be going across and then going straight down and having 57 degrees here. So that means I am thinking about my angle starts here and it's going all the way over here. So another way I could think about it is, what is 180 take away 57, which is 123. So I'm going to have cosine 123 degrees. But I need to check something. What does cosine represent? Cosine represents the x-axis. So in quadrant 2, the x-axis is negative, so I must have a negative sign there. Let's have a look at tan 81 degrees. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is drawing my lovely quadrant. So I've got my quadrant there. The next thing I'm going to be thinking about is drawing my my angle, which is 81 degrees. So I've got a lovely angle here that is 81 degrees. So again, if I'm thinking about supplementary angles, if it hits the circle at this point here, I need to go across at that point and then draw my line down, because of over here it's going to have an 81 degrees as well. So that's just thinking, that's just letting me think. If I've got 81 and I'm going, I want to go all the way to this line. So for a complete straight angle is 180 degrees. So I'm just going 180, take 81 degrees is 99. So my answer so far is 1099 degrees. The next thing I need to look at is in quadrant 2. 10 is opposite over adjacent. Opposite is y. Adjacent is x. So y is positive, x is negative. Positive and negative equals a negative. So I must have a negative here. So that's just showing me that sine 30 degrees is sine 150 degrees. Cosine is 57 degrees, equal to negative cosine 123 degrees, and tan 81 degrees is equal to negative tan 99 degrees. I really hope that helps you a bit more understanding of supplementary angles. I just want you to make sure that you really understand supplementary is because it's hitting the circle with the y-axis, and it's the same spot across with the y-axis. If you need any extra help, feel free to message me and get back to me. Thank you.